close family friend is turning 7 soon. She loves Frozen, and I did Elsa for her last year. So I'm gonna do Anna's coronation dress for her birthday this year. And I decided to film it, and maybe this will help some people out. I don't know. Stay tuned if you're interested, and enjoy. I started by cutting the fabric into strips to create the outer panels. If you're not able to find a striped fabric like this, a good option might be to use a wide ribbon, as ribbon is much more lightweight and would give that flowing effect that Anna's garment has in the movie. If you want to be movie accurate, I believe she has 10 panels on her skirt. However, I was not able to choose the width of the panels due to the fabric, and I had to add an 11th panel to fit my wearer. Since I am making this for a 7-year-old, I also decided to make it a little bit shorter than it is in the movie so she can move easily. The panels are tapered, so I am cutting them into an angle with a 1/2 inch of seam allowance. After you have cut out your outer panels, you're going to want to find a dark green fabric for your inner panels. I just simply used my outer panel as a template and cut out the exact same size of the inner green panel. If you're new to pleating, using a slightly wider inner dark green panel might be a little bit easier for you. You also want to take into consideration the weight you're using, as a heavier weight fabric is easier to pleat. It's time for the fun part. You now should have all your inner and outer panels cut out, and you're going to sew them alternating dark green, light green, and so on. It's much easier to work in small sections, so I would recommend sewing 2 panels together at a time, then putting together in 4s, then 8 until you have one long piece. Once you have your panels into 2s, it's a good time to start serging the edges. If you don't have access to a serger, other methods of finishing an edge are French seams or using the zigzag stitch on your regular sewing machine. I cannot stress the importance of this next step enough. Pressing the seams with an iron will help get rid of bubbly edges and make your seams much more, well, seamless. At that point, just keep on keeping on, continuing adding all the panels together, pressing in between the seams until you have one long piece. So it needs a few more panels, but here's what it's looking like almost finished. If you like it like this, you can definitely just leave it like this, or if you're really ambitious at me, we can go over and start do some pleating. So this half is pleated and the second half is unpleated. Basically all that I'm doing is folding it over with an iron, and then I'm base stitching the top so that they stick together, and that'll be hidden in the seam when I attach it to the bodice. This is my first time trying a dress with pleating. I don't know if this is a common technique or not, but eventually I got fed up and just cut out a strip of cardboard that I could use to kind of fold over either side, button them up together, and then iron over. And you gotta go very slow, iron it for quite a while. Together, just set the iron on top and very slowly go up the line. Finally, for finishing, all I'm doing is adding some elastic, because again, this is for a child and I want her to be comfortable and have a little bit of stretch. If you're more of a zipper person though, go ahead, use a zipper, do you. Hooray, we did it!
Okay, so this is what the skirt's kind of looking like. All it needs is to be hemmed.
And thanks for watching. I'll be posting the bodice tutorial really soon.